Hello. We return to our hero in the midst of a restless night. We gaze out into the ephemeral darkness, watching as the shadows dance in the moonlight. Since we can't sleep, we clear an item off our bucket list: water. Despite our relative safety around our tower, we can't shake the feeling of unease that comes with venturing outside at night. We know that gathering the water is a necessary task to ensure our survival. We utilize these restless hours to do so. We cannot shake the feeling of being watched, our every move scrutinized by unseen eyes. 'Twas a simple task, but the darkness and eerie silence still made for a haunting stage. But returning home with a glorious hoard of water felt like a good end of the night. But the night was far from over. Sleep eluded us, the adrenaline from our excursion still coursing through our veins. We turned to exercise, pushing our bodies to the brink with burpees and squats. When that still doesn't bring us the rest we so desperately crave, we turn to the bottle, downing its contents in only a few swift swigs. Finally, exhausted from the physical exertion, left with only the sounds of our labored breathing, we drift off into a fitful sleep. When the sunlight broke across the horizon, it was barely to be seen. The dark clouds loomed overhead, and a thick fog had settled on the ground. We smoked a cigarette to calm our nerves before taking off into the mist. Our plan today was simple. We were going to use our transportation to get an eye on the mutations' movements. While we're out, we'll stop at the grill party and help ourselves to all of its contents. A hidden tree laughs at our futile struggle to take shortcuts. We'll have to remember to make smarter decisions in the future. Grill and tanks in stow, we make off in earnest. We'll check to the north side of our location first. There was a lot of buildings there, which meant a lot of potential nests. Perfect place to begin the day. A bunch of untouched storefronts covered in years of growth from abandonment. We spot a couple of vehicles and decide to stop. A spare tire in the trunk of the car is a valuable asset. We ultimately decide to double check all of the stores. Just because a window isn't smashed in doesn't mean the mutations haven't found another way to nest inside. All cleared on this side of the street, so we set off for the next block. The dark, overgrown furniture store, seemingly untouched by the mutation. We'll take this opportunity to try and bring home a mattress. Anything would be better than sleeping on that chair again. failed when taking them all apart, splitting each mattress in half. Amazing. Unheard of. Mutations were walking around in the middle of the day. Were they evolving? Or was this just because of the overcast weather and heavy fog? Our heart pounded heavy against our chest as we stared down the alleyway, watching as the distant shadows waltzed through the dancing mist. We decided to investigate the rest of the block, only to find they've started to nest in the mechanic shop. So many mutations gathered in one place. With the sound of shattering glass, we decided to move along. This area now belonged to them, and we didn't feel the need to contest it with a horde at the ready. Pushed through, deeper into the city. Information was going to be vital moving forward. So many of them stood still, wavering in the weak, flickering sunlight. Were they smart enough to try and overcome their weaknesses? We've had enough of watching them. The north side was completely overrun. The creatures seemed to be forcing mutations upon themselves by battling their weaknesses on weaker conditioned days. The front of the vehicle took an absolute beating from how many of the creatures threw themselves in front of the car. We take pause to check everything, but it seems it's mostly just superficial damage. We jot down what we think we know about the infestation on the north side. And then we'll head exactly in the opposite direction. Just north of the park is a giant parking lot. A huge fuel tanker grips our attention from the side of the road. We'll spend our afternoon in this lot. Maybe we'll find something useful, but at minimum, we might be able to fix up the damage we did to the vehicle up on the north side expedition. Big, good conditioned. but empty. We'll waste no further time with it and get to trying to strip the vehicles of the things that we can. This mostly consisted of lights, the hood, and mufflers. We didn't have the tools and knowledge to do the other components at this time, but this vehicle graveyard was a valuable resource for the future. We gladly grab any items of interest while we're peeking around on the inside. After trying to remove ours and completely destroying it, we were able to successfully install a decently conditioned one. Most of the damage from the Northside expedition was now gone. At home, we find a scout waiting for us in the evening rays of light. A bad sign that the Northside infestation might be closer than we expected. The sun's gotten a lot stronger as the clouds washed away. This one seems to have gotten stuck too far away from a safe place to hide. We liberate him of his property and then we'll move along. A disturbing day of new information has come to an end. We quickly drop off what we can, and then we'll head to bed. Our mission has changed from exploring our possible surroundings and marking out the map. We must now begin exploring our direct perimeter. A new day dawns, and when we finished with breakfast, it was already pretty late in the morning, but it was darker than normal. Heavy clouds floated overhead again, an ill omen. How far would the mutations try to push during these times? We'll head to the largest building on the train yard. Before we even arrive, our suspicions are confirmed. Starting with the assumption this entire building is already theirs. We'll begin on the outside of the building, killing off the stragglers where we can. With any luck, we'll be able to clear out the building by nightfall. This building is a lot bigger than we imagined it was. And they are definitely here. Apparently, this is going to take a very long time, so we decided to park the car and shut her down to conserve on fuel. It's a bit less safe in emergency, all things considered. But conservation is the nature of survival. We step into the old train station, now reduced to nothing but rusted metal and broken glass. A massive structure loomed over everything, its shadow stretching out across the dilapidated tracks. In its shadow lay something far more terrifying than death. The mutations were everywhere. The station was completely filled with them. We could hear their moans echoing off the metal walls, their claws scratching at the rusted metal. We had to take a step back and light up a cigarette to calm the nerves before we ventured back inside. Small heart attack later, and everything seemed to be fine. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. A like, favorite, or share is also greatly appreciated. If you have a suggestion for a future challenge, please let me know about it down below or by joining the Discord. Thanks and have a wonderful one.